Hello from our house. So today in the United States of North America, it is Independence Day. So I'm going to be going to Universal, I think a little bit later on this evening to maybe watch some fireworks. But first, I want to make some snacks here at the house. And what I am going to be making as an Independence Day snack is a watermelon, but with Jell-O. Brennan sent this to me online, and it actually looked incredibly cool. I'm going to hollow out this watermelon, and I'm going to combine all of these fruits. I'm going to make Jell-O, and then I'm going to pour the Jell-O into the watermelon, and I will have watermelon Jell-O. All right, so I've hollowed out the watermelon, so it's sort of like a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern, and this is the fruit that I'm going to use. So I have watermelon, blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries, and then I made this Jell-O, so this is berry blue Jell-O. So I'm going to stir this up, add this, and then pour this in there, fill it up, and then I'm going to be putting that in the fridge for like 5 hours. So there's the Jell-O and all of the fruit. Now I'm putting the lid back on and putting this in the fridge for pretty much the whole day. All right, so that is in the fridge, and I did the dishes back there because it turned out to be a little bit messy, but now I'm going to have some lunch, and I'm going to be very American today and have some Wagyu beef patties with some brioche buns and have some hamburgers, cheeseburgers, I guess. All right, so I'm lighting the charcoal tower right now. It's starting to smoke, so that's pretty good. I put some newspaper down here. This is going to be exciting. And Brennan's at work right now. She works pretty late tonight, so she's going to be enjoying a lot of these leftovers probably once she gets home. Isn't that just a beautiful sight out there? These should be ready in about 15 minutes, hopefully. And I can go and defrost the patties and put them on the grill. This is a very cheap grill, but it does the job generally. So I ended up making 3 patties, a couple for myself now and then one for Brennan whenever she gets home from work. And look at this patriotic pup right here. I like your bandana, Arlo. And this is going to be my lunch today. I made 2 different burgers for myself, and I ended up just making the rest of the patties that I had in that box because that charcoal was incredibly hot. But I have just a regular burger over here, and then this is going to be a barbecue burger. Over here I have bacon and tomato, onion, lettuce, and cheddar cheese. But what's significant is that I grew those tomatoes myself. These are from my garden outside, so I'm eating my own tomatoes, which is really exciting for me. And then over here I actually did cook some onions, and then I have some pimento cheese and bacon. So these are my burgers, and then I'm going to have some bacon soda and just be super incredibly annoyingly American today. All right, so it has been over 5 hours, so it is time to take the watermelon out of the fridge and then go to Universal to watch some fireworks. But first, I wanted to talk about what is over here on the ping pong table. This has nothing to do with the 4th of July, but I still wanted to talk about it because I'm nostalgic and I am selling my original camera. This is my Canon Rebel T3i, and then the zoom lens that I got with it. I think my parents and my grandparents helped me get this over a decade ago in college, and this was my first ever camera. I used this camera for so many skits and music videos on my original channel at the time, and I need to get rid of it because I haven't used it. I think the last time that I used this camera was for my 2020 quarantine When You Wish Upon a Star ukulele video, and I haven't used it since. I haven't used this zoom lens maybe since my graduation, for all I remember. I need to get rid of stuff that I'm not using. This is the Canon 80D that my brother actually gave to me. It's all bubble wrapped right now at the moment, but I haven't used it, and just the equipment that I have now, I don't really need this. So I'm just trying to get rid of stuff that I'm not using, as sad as it is. This is a Deity D4 mini microphone here that I never really used at all. So this one I'm okay with, but this over here, I'm sad about this. So just recording this for the sake of just actually, I don't know, having this on my channel to just commemorate this particular camera that I used for years. I'm honestly sad about it. And pretty much when I got that too, I got this over here. This is my original lighting equipment that I used in college, that I used this most recently, I think, for my outro, the outro that I'm currently using right now. And this equipment is absolutely falling apart and it barely works. So it was time to replace it with some new lighting equipment that was relatively inexpensive, but still at the same time, just to commemorate getting this over a decade ago and just using it forever. This is a green screen, like a real legitimate green screen, and this is what I've been using forever. This is, I think, fabric that I got from Walmart that my mom actually sewed together for me to make a green screen, and I have used this so much, and I have loved it, but I thought that it was probably time to just get a real legitimate green screen, mostly for just the size of it. So I got that, and then also I got this GoPro. So I sold my original GoPro. I think that Dennis actually got me a little while ago, and I upgraded to this one. This is the GoPro 10 Black. So this is really exciting. Gonna be using that hopefully pretty soon. I have this camera right now. So this is the one that I'm keeping. This is the one that I've used the most recently, my Canon M50. And I just need to, I don't know, be more reasonable about the camera equipment that I use. And I'm sad to see this stuff go, but I got so much use out of it, and I appreciate really just all the support that I've gotten from my parents and my grandparents, my brothers getting me all this camera equipment, and my mom helping me with my green screen. You know, I've just been so supported, you know, in this throughout the years, and I'm gonna miss all this stuff. So I thought that this would be done by the time that I would want to leave to go to Universal. It's not quite ready yet. It's getting very close. So I think I'm going to put this back into the fridge and then go to Universal and then come back later on tonight. And hopefully it'll be done by then and I can have some fruit Jell-O watermelon. It's kind of cool in here when I don't turn on the lights. Somebody has shot off a firework and it is not even dark yet. But the fireworks are in 2 hours. I'm hoping to maybe get some dinner at Universal, pitting the crowds, and then maybe grab like a beer or something, and then watch the fireworks, and then come home and then have some Jell-O, which hopefully I can spend it with Brennan because she should be home by then. This was weird. It wasn't bad, but it tastes like maple bacon. But I don't know. I thought if there was a time to drink this, today would be the day. And here I am at Universal, and parking's free because it is after 6 o'clock. All right, so I parked my car. This seems like a pretty good place to get trapped potentially later on tonight and not be able to leave because of the fireworks. It's sort of weird doing somewhat of a hybrid video. I'm so conditioned to starting and ending a video at a theme park or starting and ending a video at our house. So if I do half of the video at home and then half of it at a theme park, it's sort of weird. It's actually pretty appropriate to park in Jaws because I'm pretty sure in the land, when the land was here at Universal, it was set on the 4th of July. Like the day that you were experiencing the Jaws attraction was the 4th of July. Okay, I'm heading into CityWalk right now. There's some patriotic bunting up there, and I just experienced sort of a new one on the moving walkway. Back there was an entire family that just sat down on the ground to take a picture on the moving walkway, and nobody could pass them. They're doing a medley over here. This is cool. They're honoring the different branches of the military. So that's happening over there on that stage. And there's another stage over here, which looks like it's setting up at the moment, but I think I'm heading over to Universal. So I'm presuming that this entertainment will still be going on after the parks close, and there should be fireworks tonight, and I believe that they're going to be shot off of the Transformers building like they were on New Year's Eve. So what I think I'm going to do is go to the Hot Dog Hall of Fame back there, but after I head inside the park because the fireworks are starting in about an hour. So there are a bunch of bars throughout CityWalk, and there's also security over here, so I'm presuming they're going to open up this walkway back to the garage at the end of the night. I'm trying to think about what rides that would be appropriate to ride today. I'm thinking about E.T., but I've done that one a lot recently. Transformers seems like a pretty reasonable ride to ride. Freedom Fighters, right? So I'm reconsidering my options. What I think I might do is just go get a hot dog now, just a mobile order, and have a hot dog, and then come back to Universal because I would really like to take that bypass back to the garage. I've never done that before, and I don't know if I would miss that window of opportunity if I got a hot dog later or if it would be busier later, so I'm going to get a hot dog now and then come back to Universal. It is quite a labyrinth though right now with all of these walls up, but that's the globe over here. I'm not sure which hot dog to get though because they have so many options on the app here to get. That is a lot of hot dog options. Okay, so I made it back to CityWalk, and this is the band that's performing over here. And I'm waiting for my hot dog to be prepared, and then I'll head right back to Universal Studios and maybe ride Transformers. I have not had the best dietary options today, but it is the 4th of July, right? If there was a day to do this and just be indulgent in my Americanness, today's the day. There's an app over here with all of the different regional hot dogs throughout the United States, and I thought about getting the Boston dog, but I decided to get the Colorado dog. So this is already falling apart, but this is the Colorado dog, which is Nathan's famous hot dog with grilled peppers, onions, and sauerkrauts. Which is delicious, oh my god. So this is very messy, but this is exactly the portion that I was hoping for after having 2 cheeseburgers earlier. Okay, that was pretty quick, and now I'm heading back over to Universal to watch the fireworks, which are in about half an hour now. I don't know if I've ever noticed this, but this is like a little baseball diamond. This is home plate, here's the pitcher's mound, and then first, second, and third base. That's cool. So I might not have time to ride Transformers, which is okay, because again, my goal today was to have some dinner, have a beer, and then watch the fireworks. And I'm back over to Universal Studios Florida. That was quite a little detour, but I am feeling very happy and satisfied. And I've made it inside Universal Studios. That did not take very long whatsoever. And I think I'm just going to try to find a beer somewhere. So the question is, what beer do I want and where am I going to go to get it? It was a little bit weird because there's a sign that says no entry, but that's because they're moving people over here to this side. So this center lane is an exit to this area. There's a concert going on. I hope you can hear me because it's a little bit loud. I haven't seen this at night yet, Illumination Avenue. So I was thinking about maybe mobile ordering over here, but I don't know if I want a beer from here. I also don't know how I can actually get over to that side. I probably have to go all the way down here. There seems to be a little bit more organization for this than there was for New Year's Eve, which is interesting. So this is the New York area, and this is sort of the end of what they're doing over here with the stanchions. So this is going to be a pretty busy area, but if they're shooting them off of the Transformers building, I should be able to see them from anywhere. All right, so I think I've decided I'm going to go to get a Duff beer all the way from the Simpsons area. For some reason, a beer from the classic animated American sitcom The Simpsons seems pretty appropriate today, right? So I'm presuming that the fireworks are going to be shot off near the back of the Transformers building. That's what it seemed like for New Year's Eve. The area over here for Cinematic Celebration is completely full right now. That seems like probably a pretty good place to watch this. Over here by Mills may not be a terrible place to watch the fireworks, but I think I want to try to watch them from over here in New York. I do have to say that the weather right now is pretty phenomenal, and judging from the wait time sign over here, nobody is waiting for any ride. They're just waiting for the fireworks. And I've made it to Duff Beer, and I'm going to get Duff beer. All right, success. I'm spilling this all over myself, but I have my Duff beer, and it's time to go find a spot for the fireworks. Really, anywhere should be fine, but I do want to try to get to the front of the park as much as I can. All right, so I think I'm stopping here to watch the fireworks over here by Mel's. I'm going to drink my beer and enjoy it from the other side of the Transformers building instead of where I was on the other side during New Year's Eve. So I'm over by Mel's Drive-In. The fireworks only lasted a few minutes, so it was pretty similar to the fireworks on New Year's Eve. And there was no music playing over here. There might have been some over by the Hollywood Music Plaza, so it was just the area ambient music over here, but it was still fun to see fireworks on the 4th of July. And now I want to head home to meet up with Brendan, who I think just got off of work. So I'm heading down Hollywood Boulevard right now, and I hope I'll get to take that bypass exit to the garage. Hopefully, presuming that it's open, I think it will be. I'll walk back around to Illumination Avenue just to see how many people are leaving, and it's not too bad right now. There was a little bit of a delay while I was waiting for the majority of people to just leave where I was, but this is where everyone else is heading out of the park. This might be a little bit challenging just to exit the park. Although they're sending people to the middle. They've opened up the center gates here for people to exit. That's cool. That does not happen too often. I walked over here to get a little bit more breathability exiting the park, but it's about to get very busy. All right, I am pretty hyped right now because I'm about to take this pathway over here. I'm so ready for this. I think it was a pretty good idea to not get a hot dog right now with everybody heading into CityWalk. That's where I just was, right over there. This is so exciting to take this walkway that I've never taken before. This is just a service road that connects to the parking garage, but to go around CityWalk like this is cool. Everyone is heading through this fence here. And then we turn the corner, and this is, I believe, the valet entrance to the parking garage where you drop off your car and then head up the stairs or the escalator. And then the mini golf is over here. This is actually where I rollerbladed to when I tried to rollerblade around Universal Orlando, and this is where I had to stop. I'm pretty sure that the sidewalk does continue here underneath the moving walkway, but I would have had to go through security, and I don't think I would have been able to do that. That's where I just was, way over there. This is valet, and I've made it up the steps. And this is where it reconnects with the crowd heading back to the parking garages. I definitely doubt that I'm getting out of here anytime soon with this crowd. I do think that I have an advantage though, parking in this garage as opposed to this one. I think that one's a little bit more difficult to get out of. All right, I've almost made it down to Jaws after walking the entire duration of the parking garage pretty much. So I've made it back to my row, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to back up to actually leave the garage. There is quite a backup going on. All right, so I was sort of blocked in for about 15 to 20 minutes and I could not back out at all, and the person behind me just let me out. I'm so happy because it was just completely blocked against this wall. All right, so I made it to the very end of the garage, and this is where it merges with other levels of the garage, so hopefully I should be out of here pretty soon. This was stressful. Whew. But I did it. I'm out of the garage. Yay! And I've made it home. It took about like 30 minutes to make it out of the garage and then back on I-4, which was pretty reasonable, I think. But I think it's time
Oh my goodness.
to have some watermelon.
I saw this online and I got so excited.
How does it look?
Whoa. I mean, the blue coloring is different than the online version, but I'm sure it'll taste good.
I wanted to make it my own. So after closer inspection, this might need a little bit more time to congeal, so we will see what this looks like tomorrow. So I'm going to continue this July 4th video on July 5th. So see you in just a second. So it is the next day, and it is absolutely thunderstorming right now. Like, it is pouring down rain. This is quite a difference from yesterday. I'm glad that I was able to barbecue yesterday. Look at how ridiculous, oh my god, this is right now. Nope, not a good idea. Just completely flooded the floor. But what I think I would like to do is finally get the watermelon out of the fridge. It has been over a day since I made that, so if it congealed, or if it did not congeal, it is time to find out. So, oh my god. I'm so glad that Arlo is not bothered by fireworks or thunderstorms. So it could have congealed a little bit more than it did, probably, but this is the most that it's going to congeal, definitely. I'm going to cut this up and see if I can actually make a fruit Jell-O watermelon. Florida usually has predictable daytime showers, but this is pretty torrential. So what I'm going to do is turn this on the side, and I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm not very confident about whether or not this will maintain a gelatinous shape after I cut it, but it is time to find out right now. Oh god, I'm nervous. I don't think this worked. It's all spilling out. Yep. Crap. Well, the intention was there. It is Jell-O, it's just not as gelatinous as it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be actual Jell-O watermelon. Like, I'd be able to cut a piece of watermelon and then hold the rind and then be able to eat the Jell-O with the fruit. Well, this turned out to be like a sad, weird fruit jack-o'-lantern. So I was actually able to salvage some of the congealed watermelon. This is the very bottom of the watermelon where it congealed the most. There's no fruit in this at all, but I have a lot of just fruit Jell-O that I'm going to be enjoying. But this is what I wanted. I wanted to have actual watermelon Jell-O, so I can actually pick up one of these pieces and just eat it. See how gelatinous it is? And it's actually mostly keeping to the form of the watermelon. See, that's so good, and would have been so much better with fruit. And with that, I'm going to end this video. That was my 4th of July and 5th of July, technically, video. My and Brennan's work schedules this week did not really coordinate, but I got to enjoy some burgers. I attempted to make a Jell-O fruit, watermelon, which didn't really work out. I also made burgers for Brennan, and then we have plenty of Jell-O to enjoy over the next couple days, which I also did try. In addition to the watermelon that just had the Jell-O, I also did try the Jell-O with the fruit. It was phenomenal. And I went to Universal. I had a hot dog from the Hot Dog Hall of Fame. I got a Duff beer. I got to see some fireworks. A very different 4th of July this year, but I think it's fun to sort of switch it up every now and then. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.